What's up, y'all? It is 2026.
Yes.
Yes. Woo!
Happy New
Happy New Year.
Year.
This is your favorite podcast, Momager and Me. I am Ray Sav, and this is...
Mama Sav.
Yeah. So thank you for tuning in. Girl, what is up?
Girl, 2026 is up.
How so, Sway?
It's like 25 never left. You know, it's the same stuff. We want it brand new, and it just seems like 25 warmed over a little bit. You know, so I am ready for new to begin.
So what are your new things? Do you do New Year resolutions?
No.
Or okay.
I don't do New Year's resolutions.
No.
But I do try to start off refreshing. You know, I try to do a cleanse or a fast at the beginning of the year just to try to get all of the old stuff out of my body and bring in new things and just start fresh. And so I did do that. It's a little janky because Mardi Gras is so early this year. So all the Mardi Gras fun and parties and all of that type of stuff, it has already begun. So it stops my cleanse a little bit.
Right.
But I'm still pushing along. Just because you mess up once doesn't mean you stop. You have
Right.
to keep on going. You just say, oh, I messed up, and you keep going after
That's
that.
what I feel like adulting is. Like, I've been trying to do like consistency and like just kind of live in abundance and just like doing grown up things. Like your girl got a self Roth IRA account.
Ooh.
And your girl got a high yield savings account.
Ooh.
And just like
Grown folk
just
business.
grown. Yeah.
Okay.
I feel I'm getting grown. I just realized one of my line sisters just turned 27 yesterday. So happy birthday, Zion.
Happy birthday, Zion.
And she was like, yo, like I'm in my late 20s. And I was like, ooh. Like
Yeah.
it made me clutch my pearls, and then I realized we're 2 years apart.
you're right
I'm in my
behind her.
mid 20s.
Mhm.
Like I'm like, my God. Like next year 26, is that still mid 20s or is that late 20s?
No.
Are we officially
That's beyond
late?
half 20. Once you go beyond half 20, you're on the other side of
Girl.
young 20s,
And
early
it's
20s.
like my sister just got engaged.
Yay,
My
me.
other sister just had her baby almost a year ago, her third
Yes.
kid. So I'm just like, we're so grown.
Yes.
And honestly, it wasn't until school started when I'm like now surrounded by like children, it feels like fresh undergrads that just went from like undergrad straight through, like didn't take no
Right.
breaks. And I'm just like,
So they're children.
yes, they're
Just call
children to
them on
me.
out.
They're children. Like,
Hey.
I'm just like, y'all stressing about these grades. Like, there's so much more to life to stress about than like grades.
But do you remember when you were that age?
I do.
And that was the end of the world?
It was, because school is your world. Even now, I'm realizing, like, it's been hard. Like, 2026, I feel like I did well in 2025 in terms of trying to maintain my balance. But I felt like I was locked down, like, for the most part. And I really only found my freedom, like, when I would watch Netflix or do my self-care. But I'm really trying to realize that, like, life is so much more than school. Like, I want to meet up with my friends more. I want to spend more time with you. Like, I want to spend more time, like, actual time with my boyfriend. Not that we ever felt like roommates, but it was just like we wasn't really going on dates or like doing that. And that was because of me, because I was just so busy. It felt like I could not live.
Well, you got to make plans.
Yeah, and you got to stick to them.
Yes, you do.
And you got to stick to them. So that's what I'm really trying to do. Like, we have a whole different camera set up today, and we're still sticking to our plans. We're still
Right.
going to do it. You know, like, we're just going to adjust, and we're still going to do it.
Right.
So,
Because life happens.
it does.
And you got to roll with it.
And it's like, and honestly, going to law school, not to be like a bummer, but just to get real with y'all for a second, like, I've just read so many cases, like both civil and criminal, just about people getting their life cut so short, or their children's lives, or their spouses,
Yeah.
or their parents. And I'm just like, I wonder what they were doing in like their last days. Like, and not that studying and like being disciplined in terms of school is not important, but like tomorrow's never promised, and
Right.
I don't want to be like look back and I'm in heaven and I'm reflecting on my last couple months and all I did was study.
Right. Did you enjoy?
I
your
didn't
time?
live.
Yes, one life to live.
So I'm trying to balance between planning for the future but living.
Yeah. You got to give yourself some time to just relax and breathe and have a good time.
Yeah.
And enjoy life.
And I'm feeling like I relax the most when I'm with the people that I love.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah.
We already getting ready to plan a trip, girl.
Oh, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Where we going?
I don't know yet.
Okay,
We thinking about it,
period.
but we definitely getting on the water. We going on a boat again. Definitely doing another cruise.
You know what cruise I really want to do? The European cruise.
Yeah.
Because I haven't been to Europe yet.
Yeah. I saw the Norwegian yesterday. I was looking at the river. I was on the riverfront yesterday, and the Norwegian was pulling out, and I was like, oh my goodness. That would be nice.
Yeah. So, what's new? You have nothing to report? No tea? Nothing to spill?
No tea.
So you just been peaceful?
Tea. It's been so peaceful over here.
Can we talk about how peace can be boring sometimes? Do you ever get bored?
No, my peace is not boring. Don't worry about coming see me. Call me. Don't just pop up over here. You know, it's when you get to this age, peace is everything.
So, question: what has been your favorite decade? Like, was it your 20s, your 30s, your 40s?
It was when I hit 50, to be honest. So I'm still in it. So I don't know, but it's I would say, let me go ahead and call it 45 to 55 so far has been the best, because that's when you know yourself, you know what you want, you know what you don't want, and you are confident in speaking your mind and putting up boundaries and recognizing that your peace is priceless.
But what if you want to, like, I don't want to be 45. How can I get that now? Like, I want to be 45. Not saying I don't want to live to 45, but why do you feel like it takes us so long? Why 45?
Because you haven't lived yet. You haven't had a kid yet. That's when you really change. When you have a kid, you know, but you haven't gotten married. There's so much that you just have not done yet. You have not learned what life really is all about and how to bounce back from things, disappointments. Like you was just saying, the kid, that's only 5 years removed from you or so.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, you haven't done anything yet. You know, to see that you can bounce back from things and to let things roll off your back. Like, they're thinking the grades are everything, but you know, Hurricane Katrina.
Yeah.
You know, that's a thing. You know what I'm saying? But here we are with more than enough stuff when we left here with 2 days of clothes. You know, so it's just when you have to go through really serious things to see that you can do it. You can do it.
Wow.
You got a lot to do, girl. You got a lot to do.
I know. It sometimes gets overwhelming when you think about, like, everything, like, life. Like, even in February, one of Dion's closest friends is getting married. And I'm just like, that's crazy.
Why?
It's just like, I don't know. It's just like, and then one of Dion's other friends is about to engage to his girlfriend. He told me, like, within the next month or so. And I was just giving him tips, like, make sure that, you know, you get the right type of band and make sure you get the right shape of diamond. And is she like big jewelry, you know, just like trying to, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, like, we're growing up. And that's just crazy to me. And I don't really know why. It just because it feels like high school, like I could just go right back.
Yeah.
And
like
it's
it
like,
was yesterday.
And it's not.
Time flies. Time flies. And that goes back to have fun, you know.
Yeah.
You have to enjoy the people that you love and set your boundaries and the things that don't benefit you and where you're headed, then you got to release those things and keep moving.
But
and
I feel like
sweat it.
That's easier said than done, though, Mom. Like, what's the concrete?
Age.
Give the girl something we can chew on. Like, how do you let go? You've not always been able to let go, right?
Yeah.
That's been something learned. So how did you learn that?
You know, you're just gonna figure out what is important to you.
Okay.
You know, and you know, I can give you advice and I can talk to you and I can tell you about my experience, but that's my journey. You have to figure out your own journey and what you want to bring with you along your journey. And some things, that the whole saying about there are things that are for a season, a reason, and a lifetime, that's 100% true. Yesterday was one of my, she likes to say oldest, and then she always fixes it, and she says longest friends. Was her birthday party yesterday. We met when we were 5 years old. That's over 50 years of friendship. We will always be friends.
Wow.
We don't talk all the time, but I can call her at the drop of a hat, and we can talk like we talk every day. So it's just, there are things that are going to be with you for the full journey and things that are not. And that's okay. And you just have to be able to decipher and discern what's for you.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes living.
Right. I think what you're really describing is being content.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something that I definitely want to work on. Like, always wanting more, but just being okay with whatever.
Being content in whatever state that you're in. Even if you're sad. Sad is okay.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't live in that.
Yeah.
You got to
and
deal with it.
And if you're never sad, how you know what joy feels like?
That is absolutely correct. He coming in a Honda.
He's coming in a Honda Accord. I'm preaching better than you shout.
I'm preaching better than you shout. Don't quote my pastor. Pastor, you better get her.
No, but for real. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like 2025 was definitely a good year. It was the first year that I was like grown and out of the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like people don't talk about this enough. Like, we need to stop shaming African American children and like just kicking them out when they turn 18. Like, you're a baby.
Yeah. That's young.
That's so young. And I'm just glad you never really did that. Not that I was able to just sit on my booty all day. I was always
that's what
doing
I was
something.
about to say. You have some children that expect that, okay, I graduated from school, so now I'm just going to sit here all day. And no, if you all were that type of child, then okay, go ahead on out there. Mm-hmm. You got to do something. You have to have some plan, some goal, and let's talk about it, and let's figure out what your steps are to get you there. But you can't just live underneath somebody's roof and not be participating in the family. Mm-hmm. And that's not monetarily all the time, because you want to support your kids if they want to do school or whatever it is they want to do, but they need to be doing something. Everybody got to have something going on.
But don't be shaming people for not living with their parents. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to live with your people.
It is.
Especially things are just so high.
Mm-hmm.
Things are so high.
They are.
Like, so it's okay to share, and like, that's one thing that I do think I love about like the immigrant population, like within the United States, like just the communal aspect. And we used to have that as African Americans. Like, we just watched a documentary and just talked about like the ancestral journey that we've been on from slavery to the 13th Amendment to the 14th Amendment. Mm-hmm. Like, things were very communal. Like, in the documentary, they said in the South, Black Americans raised millions of dollars to build schools for the first time, because now it wasn't illegal for us to read. Back then, millions of dollars back then was probably hundreds of $1,000,000 now with inflation. Yeah. But it's just like, I really want to get back to that communal aspect, and I feel like we're becoming like individualistic, which is definitely a tenet of white supremacy. So if things are high and you got a good relationship, if you're blessed to still have a relationship with your parents, and they're not crazy, and it's not going to be it's not going to be a sacrifice to your mental or your physical health, then go back home. Yeah. And if it's not even your parents, find a friend that's not crazy. Just find people that are not crazy that can help can help you out, and that you can help them. And let's get back to that.
Yeah.
Like, the best things in my childhood was when it was you and all my play aunties and my play cousins, and we would all go to the zoo, we'd go to the mall, we'd go to the children's museum. Just like that communal aspect.
Building relationships.
Yeah.
And what's important. That is important.
Yeah. So last year, I felt like I did a really good job at just like my mental, and like, it was the first time where I moved out. Like, that was the first year from like January to December, I was in the apartment with my boyfriend. So this year, I feel extra grown now. And I feel like I have a lot to learn. Yeah. And I feel like instead of trying to figure it out on my own, really trying to look to my elders, which is like my mom, you know, my mentors and just other people, just because I don't have to figure it out alone. There's a lot of people that have lived, that have done it already.
Yep. You don't have to recreate it.
Yeah, I don't have to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to approach somebody and ask them. If you see somebody that's doing something great, ask them about it. If it's something that you think you want to do, ask the question. Yeah. People are usually willing to share their journey.
Yeah. Most people, not everybody.
No, not everybody, but most. And because they're haters. They're a hater if they don't want to share.
Yeah. Also, I feel like sometimes when you get to a certain level of like success, instead of tearing those walls down to bring more people over, you just reappropriate those same standards. Like, people used to talk to me crazy at the beginning of the career, so now that I'm here at this point, I'm going to maintain those same tenets, like those same cultural things. So when I become a boss, I'm probably going to be the best boss ever, because I'm the boss. I don't have to reinforce that I'm the boss. I don't have to make you feel stupid. I don't have to talk to you crazy. I don't have to raise my voice. I don't have to flash how much money I got. It's already established that I'm your supervisor. Why do I have to make you feel inferior? But that's because probably when they were the underdog, someone else made them feel that way, and they thought that's what being a boss does. But it don't, and it don't have to.
Right. But you know, your generation likes to talk back.
Yeah.
And they don't respect authority sometimes.
I feel like my generation likes to have conversations. And a conversation goes like this. You can't say something to me and then not expect me to say something back. Once you said something to me, that opens, now we're having a conversation. If anything, that's a monologue, and we're not in theater.
Well, in somebody's job, you are. If they give you a directive and tell you to go do something, unless you have a question about how to complete that task, it's not up for conversation. Like a why? No.
Well, yeah. I mean, time and place.
Okay.
I feel like one thing, I'm always okay with decorum. Trying to have decorum, time and place.
Right. A lot of crashing out going on, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Y'all are different. Y'all are very, very different than we were.
Every generation is different, though.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. A lot has been lost with the internet.
Like what?
Communication.
Okay, that's
writing.
True. That's true. I will give you that.
Figuring things out.
Niggas are illiterate.
Yeah, reading. We had encyclopedias. Every household had encyclopedias. You know, we had to go to the library and search through the cards to go find the book that we wanted to go find, and then go sit and read the book and all the things and stuff. So it's like a lost thing, communicating.
Yeah. I also think I saw this other podcast, and it was these two guys, and they said, like, I feel like young men don't know how to approach girls anymore because it's only through the internet.
And it's not just the young guys.
Yeah.
It's the older guys.
Yeah. They didn't got too comfortable with Facebook messengers and swiping. Swipe left, swipe right. Yeah, no. Yeah. But I mean, so communication, I get that. But also I feel like communication has evolved in that, like, you got to get with the program. Like, some things, and communication is cultural too. You know, and like, we have the same language because you're my mom, but also we have a different language because we're from two different generations, you know. But then that also comes with time and place and decorum. You should use the language of whatever cultural space that your job is working out. And if they're not trying to change their culture, then you need to leave the space. So that's my thing. Like, unless you are there to change the culture, unless they were open to change the culture, then do that. But if they're
Yeah.
not trying to change and they want you to shut up and they want it to be a monologue and they say do this and you just go do it, if you're not feeling that, that's just not the place for you.
That's right.
Go build
That's
your
right.
own place, or go find a place that fits with you culturally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, but you gotta realize most of the time when people like talk back, it's probably because just it's not. I'm not saying it's not rude, but also it's you gotta think of it's layered. You know what I'm saying?
Layered.
It's layered. it's an onion, if you will.
Okay.
A little Shrek
Okay.
for those
There's
that know.
layers to the onion.
Yes.
Peeling back.
Yes.
Okay. I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just we are completely different in the way that we were brought up. We were brought up under the village.
You brought me up. So what are you talking about?
With the village. You just talked about the village.
That's true.
And you know, if I saw a child in the store doing something, touching something, tearing something up, I could grab them. Stop doing that. Where's your mama? Don't touch nobody's child today. You know, you cannot do that today. But that's the whole difference. You know, it was anybody that was older than you, that was part of your village, whether you knew them or not. And they were gonna look out for you. And if they told you something, then you were supposed to listen. But
so what do you think happened to the village? White supremacy.
No, I don't think it was white supremacy. I think that
Through the knowledge.
I don't know. I think that people just don't have a respect for their elders. And I mean, you not somebody coming at you disrespectful. If somebody comes at you disrespectful, you still can just walk away. You can choose to just be like, I'm not gonna give you what you're giving me, you know. But there's no respect.
Let me tell you why.
Okay, tell me why.
But you gotta let me take you on
Take me
on a journey. Okay, we gotta talk about the destruction of the nuclear black family.
Okay.
Niggas going to jail.
Okay.
Niggas staying in jail. Poverty. All these things are happening all at once.
But you know
so
that,
like culture and respect is taught. But if you have generations of black men and black women being massively incarcerated, going to jail for 30 years for shoplifting, then what does that do to the community? When you got the projects, they tearing down the projects, they rebuilding the projects, they displacing people. Like there's job discrimination. You can't get a job, you get on welfare, you can't afford to get off welfare, and then that's passed down, you know, like just like all these things that are systemic and cultural. It's like, how are you supposed to teach like things like respect and things when you're surviving? You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of, people be like, where are the good black men? Where are the good black men? In jail or dead.
You know,
that's where the black men at.
Even though a lot of the households may not have been single parent households, they were single parent households because the man was either at work or he would just bring the check home, and then the lady was still the one that was running and raising the children. So he might have been there, but he wasn't really active in the household.
That's true. But knowing your dad is at work and bringing home money, then jail.
But even if he's at home and he's just on the sofa and not doing anything, you know, what's the difference? Sometimes that might be even worse, you know, where you have somebody that's right there in your face all the time,
but too exhausted.
Yeah.
To be there emotionally.
So I don't know. I think that it's just somebody has to teach the respect. I think that it starts with God for me, of course, always, and having that person to lean on, reading the Bible, telling your children about the Bible, talking about God and how you survive. And I think that that's what got us through a whole lot of it, black people. When I say us, you know, just having something else to depend on, because the world can be so cruel, you know. So you have to feel like there's a better day coming, you know, and trouble don't last always, all of that good stuff. So yeah, but I think that people need to teach their children to respect themselves first of all, and to respect others, and to also expect to be respected when they're out in the world. But it has to begin with them respecting themselves. and you just can't live a life that's beneath you. I think that you can do more than being in the project. You can do more than just settling for welfare, but you have to want to do it. You have to want to do it, and it's a vicious cycle, and I understand it. And you get caught into it, and you go get a job, and you're making less. You have a family to take care of, but you have to try to do what you can to just better yourself. Read, educate, take a class, a course here or there. Find a mentor, somebody that can help you. Just talk to you, tell you what tools that you can use to get out of the hole. And it's not easy, and everybody can't do it, but that's the cycle of life. It takes everybody to make the world go round. So from the lowest paying job to the highest paying job, everyone is needed. Even if your pockets are not as deep as somebody else, you are just as important as everybody. It takes everybody to make the world go round.
It does. So one last thing that I wanted to talk to you about was this. Do you know who Shannon Sharp is?
Yes.
There's this new viral clip going around with this a comedian that he had on his show. And the comedian basically, I didn't watch the whole podcast episode. I just watched a few clips, and I watched a few responses of the clips from other people. And basically the comedian on the Shannon Sharp podcast was basically like, my daughter, when she was like 5, she was a daddy's girl, and now she's 10, and I feel like she only looks at me like an ATM. The man says that, and then puts a picture of his child like on to the podcast, and they blast this girl's like picture all over the internet. So now all of them know what she looks like and stuff. And so I just want to what do you think about that? Now that was a direct quote. That's what he said out of his mouth. And I don't think that was taken out of context. And this is from the podcast and from his page. So what do you think about that?
So what do I think about him showing the picture, or just about him saying that he's an ATM?
All of it.
He probably shouldn't have shown her picture. I mean, I don't think that that's just safe for her. I think that wasn't a smart thing for him to do. A lot of celebrities try to keep their children for the longest time, until their adults are able to decide for themselves whether or not they want to be out. So praying for her safety on that nobody does her anything. But as far as him being an ATM, is he calling just to say, like, how was your day today? How did you do on your tests? What happened in school today? How are you feeling? Is he calling and asking those type of questions, or is he not even? Is he just waiting for her to call him? Is he developing that relationship with her that it is more than just a relationship about money? Is he calling to just say, I want to take you to lunch? Or is he just saying, I'm gonna send you $20 so that for this weekend, if you're going to the movies, you're going by your girlfriend, y'all having a party or whatever the case may be, here's just a couple of dollars so that she's not calling him asking for the money. So I don't know. I think that the adult has to take some ownership in the responsibility. You can't expect for the child to lead the relationship. You have to lead it and steer it. Yeah. You're the captain of the ship, basically,
Yeah. So. I just thought, and then like, because he did that, now there's the whole comment section is just other grown ass men calling your child a gold digger. And it's like, because that's what he didn't call her a gold digger, but you called yourself an ATM, and it's just like,
but she's
what?
10.
Exactly.
She's 10. So what do you expect of her? You have to show her that the relationship is not just about you being an ATM, So it's his responsibility to rein that thing on in and develop the relationship.
And it's just crazy to me, like, when men say that, it's just like, but you are ATM. Like, you're the father. You're supposed to provide. But you're also supposed to provide money. You're supposed to provide emotional support. You're supposed to mental. Right. And you're supposed to physically be there.
You're supposed to be the example of what a man is.
Right.
And the mother, an example of what a woman is. And that's your main role, stewarding that child into.
And if she sees you and all she has is her hand out, that's on you and the reflection of how you show up in her life, because
Absolutely.
she's only 10. So like the main influences that she has is her mother and you. So why is the girl to blame for the relationship with your parents? Right. So niggas, do better. That's what, if you learned anything from this, if you have a child, do better. That's it. And if all you have to offer is financial support because you don't have like the mental capacity or the emotional awareness, then go get a therapist and work on it. Or continue to send the bread. Right. Do something
to fix the relationship, because it's broken. It's broken.
Yeah. So that's gonna be our first episode of 2026. I hope y'all learned something. Let us know how you feel in the comments about that discussion that we had about respect.
Yeah. It's Air different. Quotes. I already know it's going to be different.
It's going to be different based on our audience, because our main audience is my age and her age. So, but how we make change is to have conversations with our elders, and for our elders to have conversations with our youth, so that we can try to find some common ground. So let us know what y'all think. We love you so much. Subscribe to our channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.